Sorry, my mic was muted. Sorry. I just saw that. Sorry, let's start that over. Hi, Liz. Couldn't hear a thing. Okay. Oh, good. Sorry about that. I've been moving a little bit in this direction. Okay. We'll get settled in here. But I was saying, hello, Australia. We got Australia in the house. And Jolie lives in Colorado. Hope you've been enjoying the snow. And I'm sure it's beautiful up there. Mary, good to see you. Got some folks in here. Hey, Alyssa. Happy new moon to you too. It does feel good being in here, doesn't it? I have been AWOL, and Kelly had a birthday this week, and what I was going to do was catch up because Abigail Smith has a birthday tomorrow. Kelly, can I combine your birthday and we do a belated birthday? Would you mind? I'm so sorry. I just wasn't here this week. I'm wanting to get a birthday list together, and I think I've got some help for that. We just haven't kicked it off yet. I need a good Sarah. Sarah's not in yet. We'll see if Sarah could help me with this. No, we're all good. It's me. I know. Happy birthday, Kelly. See, we got them going already. You guys are awesome. You guys are so awesome. But yeah, we are going to get the birthday thing going. Hope everybody had a good week, and we are going to have a really fun time tonight because we are just going to focus on high timeline, what if up, positive stuff. It's going to be a really great meeting. And to that end, I went to our amazing Light Seers deck, and we have for us tonight the High Priestess card. It's so awesome. Dreams, powerful visions, psychic insights, serendipity, meditation, introspection, intuition, a spiritual experience. The shadow side of this card, keeping secrets, gossip or mistruths, hidden agendas, fear of intuitive abilities, not paying attention to your inner voice. The priestess sits on the edge of this realm and the next as she draws down meaning and illumination from beyond the veil. Sacred insights and profound wisdom are flowing to you now. May I read that again? Sacred insights and profound wisdom are flowing to you now. And to access, and I don't do this I barely have a voice tonight, and that's part of the problem. Been doing a lot of talking today. And to access, sacred insights and profound wisdom are flowing to you now. And to access them, you must tune into your intuition and submerge your thoughts into her subconscious realm. The language of the unconscious mind is revealing itself to you now through metaphor, in dreams, as ancient memories that resurface to be processed. Pay attention to synchronicity, any nagging feelings of being off track, as well as feelings that move you in a new direction at this time. The divine whispers that are emanating from your soul hold an important message for you. And that bridge between the enigmatic realm of the priestess and your conscious understanding of the signs will be found through your own quiet introspection. I have the answers I seek, and by following the truth, I will find them. Wow. That is so good. I'm going to take a picture of that and put it in the Facebook group. Wow. That is absolutely amazing. Incredible. Oh, goodness. Happy solar return to Kelly. and to Abigail tomorrow. You will have that in the Facebook group. Thanks, Jennifer. Appreciate that. Thank you guys for jumping on this. I felt so bad. I knew that I had missed it. I saw that and I just was like, oh, we'll catch it up here. You guys are doing it. This is perfect. Thank you. Wow. Kelly, you are loved. Well, hello from France. Awesome. Thank you for being with us tonight. We appreciate it. It's about 2 a.m. there. Is that Arnaldo? I don't have Facebook up, so I can't see. Yeah, thanks, Kelly. You deserve a big bash, and you are getting one right here live from everybody. So this is great. That's awesome. Good. Woohoo! Thanks, Brenda Jean. Happy birthday. This is great. Awesome, awesome, awesome. There we go. Awesome. Hey, good to see you, buddy. Rob Smith put a post in the Facebook group and was asking about the energy. And Lynn, I saw just before we were getting ready here, responded to that. And that's why I created this. Actually, I had pulled this from a Facebook post, maybe 2 weeks ago. This wasn't recent, but this was a big aurora after that last batch of sunspots. But Lynn put a great post in Facebook answering that about all this solar energy that's been going on these last several days. So if you're in an area where you have aurora potential, you folks up in Canada, you might go out and check it out, see if you can see it, because boy, it has really been something. The solar energy is part of what's going on, but we're going to take a wee little bit different tact. Hello, Aspen. Love the Aspen crowd in here tonight. This is great. Woohoo! Powder! I know you guys are loving it up there. I wish I was with you. We are going to take a different tack because there's obviously, as we are feeling and experiencing what is there for us, we are really pretty much in tune to the ups and downs of everything going on. And yet, on the, let me just check in with this. Well, good. We're going to work on it. We are going to work on it. So thanks for just letting us know. And see, this is where we have to feel what we feel. We have to experience what we experience. And, you know, some days are diamonds and some days are gold. Wasn't that an old country and western song back in the day? Or Stones or something. It was a contrast, polarity. But we have to feel what's going on. And sometimes the pressures around us are just so great that it pulls us. But the Subconscious podcast that we released today was about Catherine Ponder. God love her. She's still alive, living in Southern California. And in 1958, Catherine Ponder was a New Age minister in Birmingham, Alabama. Now just think about that. That's what you call guts right there. And a group of businessmen came and commissioned her, basically, said, we want you to teach us prosperity, because there was a big recession going on in the late 50s in the country. And she says in her documentary of it that it was the worst since the Great Depression. So this group of businessmen came and said, we want you to teach prosperity. She said she tried to look up information on it. Now, you got to keep in mind, by 1958, obviously, you had Think and Grow Rich. So there, and you had Emerson, and you had and you had Wallace Wattles. I mean, you had a lot of great material that was out and certainly accessible in 1958. But she just didn't find exactly the flow, the connection. The secret hadn't come out. Bob Proctor wasn't, doing his thing yet. And so she put together information that she pulled from a number of sources, but brought it all into one place and wanted to publish a book. And the book was called, I believe, The Divine Law of Prosperity, if I remember right. It was her first book. And she had all this material that she had pulled and was synthesizing into the book. And she had secretaries that were typing the manuscript for her. And she said that the first secretary came to her mid-project, the book wasn't finished, and quit. She resigned because she said, I found that by typing this material, and I've just been doing it, I have more money coming in from other places and I don't need the job. This was during a big recession. And then that happened another couple of times. And then finally she was like, please, we've got to finish the book. So The Dynamic Laws of Prosperity. Thank you, Kelly. There it is right there. And Catherine is just a powerhouse. And the material that she presented, or what they did in this group, is while this great recession was going on around the country, they basically chose, we're not participating in it. And through her classes, they put together this 12-week class that taught what they needed to do instead of falling into the trap of the collective, and what some of the blocks were to prosperity. And what she discovered in the very first part of this was that people did not allow themselves to be prosperous. Now, back then, even the New Age churches, you could tell that even the metaphysical or New Thought churches had a lot of Christian influence in them. So there is a lot of divine this and God that in her work, which is great. She brings the connection to the divine, probably a little bit more than we're used to today, but that was the culture of 1958. But what she found first was that because of the teaching of poverty, that there's some kind of spiritual merit in not having abundance. And I'm not talking, here again, not just money. It's abundant in whatever you want it to be. That the first challenge that they faced was, would people allow prosperity into their lives? So that's where she came up with the mantra of the program, that if you will open the vast wealth of your thoughts to prosperity, then you will have prosperity regardless of what those about you are saying or doing. If you will open your thoughts to prosperity, well, that uncovered a whole lot of work that they realized they had to do, because people would not give themselves permission to be prosperous. And this was health or wealth or whatever it was. In fact, a lot of her affirmations are about health as well. So what I wanted to do is go through just a couple of Catherine Ponder slides. Of course, I put the first one up. There it is. There's the quote. Turn the great energy of your thinking upon ideas of plenty, and you will have plenty regardless of what people about you are saying or doing. And see, that's where they just turn the switch off on the recession. We're not participating. And So what they did was partially, a part of the program was that they did affirmations. So I just thought we might pick a couple of their affirmations apart, because what we're doing tonight is what if up. What if we believed that everything would work out for the best? So here was one of her affirmations. This was not on the podcast today. I am an irresistible magnet with the power to attract unto myself everything that I divinely desire, according to the thoughts, feelings, and mental pictures I constantly entertain and radiate. I am the center of my universe. I have the power to create whatever I wish. I attract whatever I radiate. We're going to come back to this. I attract whatever I mentally choose and accept. I begin choosing and mentally accepting the highest and best in life. I now choose to accept health, success, and happiness. This is a rich, friendly universe, and I dare to accept its riches, its hospitality, and to enjoy them now. I mean, can you not just feel the energy in that? The wordsmithing of that back from that period. You know, things today are so much more casual, and there was an elegance there. And of course, she was just a winsome, wonderful Southern lady who had a lot of elegance about her. And you can tell it's in her speaking, and you can certainly pick it up from that. So here's Beth. Thanks, Beth. I'm glad you're with us. Wow, that's awesome. Awesome. See, if you build it in like that, that is so great. There. Oh, good. Misbehaving right before bed. Well, bless your heart. You are up late. That is for sure. That's great. Oh, somebody caught 11:11 down under. That's cool. Love it. Woohoo. Oh, you bet, Diana. We're going to get there. We're going to twist it around here before we get out of here tonight. Don't worry about that. She was an elegant soul. Her speaking, her words were great. All right, let's do another one. We got several. We're going to do another one. Let's go back to this, and we'll go to, how about this one? Abundance, wealth, health, and happiness. I'd take any one of those, wouldn't you? How about all of them? Divine intelligence is even now opening the way for my immediate blessings. I have faith that all that is mine by divine right now comes to me in rich abundance. That which is not for my highest good fades from me, and I no longer desire it. Boy, wasn't this a high timeline statement? Abundance, wealth, health, and happiness. Divine intelligence is even now opening the way for my immediate blessings. I have faith that all that is mine by divine right now comes to me in rich abundance. That which is not for my highest good now fades from me, and I no longer desire it. Boy, that is so powerful. I hope you guys will take screenshots of these. What I might do is roll back, and we'll go back to the beginning at the end. So cue up your camera if you want to grab these before, and you can watch the replay. But if you wanted to just grab them here, we'll do that so that you can grab screenshots. All right, here's one more. Oh, no, we're going to this already. Okay, sorry. Those were the ones I had. Was it? Hang on. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was it. Okay. So what I wanted to do next was just cash in on that with a couple of tips. And this was part of what they taught in the class that was in the book. And to clear the space for what we want to bring in, one of the things we have to do is to get rid of what you don't want so that you can have what you do want. One of the reasons why I don't have a lot of voice today is I got up super early. I've shifted to a European schedule. Arnaldo, I'm chasing you, man. But I went to bed real early last night, got up real early this morning. I did get a nap in a little bit mid-morning, but I was in the booth for a long time moving Steve Forrest's Book of the Moon forward. And wow, what a book that continues to be. That is going to be incredible. And it's not, I mean, yeah, it has astrology, but everybody, whether you're into astrology or not, just when we look up at that beautiful moon once a month, this book would mean so much to you of how it connects to our lives. And it really is not about a bunch of astrology. There's some astronomy in there, some interesting information about the moon and its orbit and everything, but it's just it's so good. But it's a long book. It's going to be about 13 hours of recorded material. And Steve always has these wonderful, he's such a wordsmith. So he has these wonderful things that as an audiobook narrator, you're just looking for the next little morsel that you can punch right. So it doesn't go fast because you just keep, want to make sure to get as many of those little word zingers as I can in and get them right. But, and then I had a long coaching session this afternoon of some just real incredible breakthroughs. But that first point, thank you. My eyes are smiling. It's so cool. And tomorrow's podcast, and we're releasing this on the new moon at 4:27 in the morning. This video that Kristen and I shot is just so rich with practical information. So those of you into following your astrological stuff, you got a big jewel coming your way in the morning. So go to bed early. Santa will be there for you. But I had a real long coaching session with somebody who is just really experiencing some amazing breakthroughs. And in fact, I'm not going to mention the name. They're in our Facebook group, but I just want you to know that there are some really cool things. And if you would just stand for this anonymous person, maybe at some point when it's public worthy, that the information can come out. And it's, it's like almost one of those manifesting things. You don't want to get too ahead of the process. You got to let it soak. You got to let the healing take place. But man, was it powerful. And one of the things that was done was clearing some old stuff, making way for the new. And do you know that, almost instantly, new things started to come into this person's life instantly after clearing out the old. So it's a really powerful technique, this idea of severing relationships that no longer serve, ending whatever it is that would be in your space that is not on your highest path. And only you can decide, and this was a big part of the lessons that have been going on here that culminated today, is learning to follow intuition into what you want. And I saw it again, just firsthand, that when you clear space, when you remove something out of your life that does not serve you, that which will serve you better often can come right in. In fact, what Catherine Ponder says in the book is, and I think Bob Proctor, some other people have said this same thing. You've heard the phrase, the universe rushes to fill a vacuum or a void. It rushes to fill the vacuum. So what we can do is we can create that void by removing what doesn't serve us. And that's a huge, 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 quick shot manifesting tip. You want to bring something in faster? There's one. And then here's just a reflection, because you can look back on your life and you can see that what is in your life now is a reflection of about the last 18 months of your vibration. So you can take an inventory. You can do an assessment. You can think about what could change. What would be a way that you could up your game? What if up? What if you took it up a notch? What if you took it up 10 notches? So those two tips right there are a really, really good way to shortcut making things move for you. Change your vibration. And I know a lot of people say, how do I do that? Especially when things are tough. We can talk about that here for a minute. Here are your screenshots if you want to grab these. I'll just sit on these for a couple of seconds here. And you can grab these affirmations. So just think about, part of that vibration is literally getting in tune or in touch with what it is that you want to bring in. And part of that is finding out what vibration that thing is that you want. And I'll put these up together. There you go. So money, for example, is a vibration. It's a vibrational energy. You have to think about, get into the flow of money. Think about love, relationships. Now, here's something that Catherine Ponder didn't have that we do have. And this is the other thing I wanted to just give you. I know we've talked about this before, but this is my number one Fred technique, I think, still, is that you think of a horizontal line. A lot of you have seen this already, and put a midpoint in that line. All right. Out here is desire. Out here is resistance. And let's call it a 0 to 10 scale. This is something you can run everything in your life through. You instantly think about the horizontal line, and you think about, how much am I desiring this thing, or how much am I resisting this thing? And on a scale of 0 to 10, determine, how much desire do I have about a relationship, about more money, about health. And if you are feeling yourself so desiring something that you can't live without it, you have to have it. My life is not complete if I don't get this. And that's over exaggerating, but you know what I'm talking about. When you are driven to have something, be honest about where that is on that scale. 0 to 10. Yeah, I'm an 8. What about, how much are you resisting something? How much do you not want X? How much does somebody's behavior just bug the dickens out of you? How much do you push against the culture right now, or against the people at work? Resistance, 0 to 10. Wow, I'm a 14. Well, what you do is, so first you just capture that, find out where you are on that scale. And then what you want to do is work your way down to where your desire and resistance are in the bandwidth of about 2 from 0. A little bit of desire is great. I'd love a steak tonight, or, yeah, I'd sure, some more money would be awesome. But it's not driving you, and you're not resisting. And if you can get it into that range of about 2, that's where the universe operates. And it is beautiful. So just if you feel yourself pushing against, realize that your desire on the scale is high and you might really want it and it might be really great. But just don't give the universe room, because when you're out here, you're in the way. And that's partially creating that vacuum, because if you'll pull it in, then the universe can push it out there for you. Thank you. This is, I use this all the time. Oh, wow. Look at that. See, there you go. And that right there, read that comment. That is when the universe works right there. That's when you're open to receive. What are some techniques to get to the 2? First of all, using that assessment, just the awareness, all right, creating it, and stop, hold it. Okay, so another thing is, in practicing this for quite a while, like observing Fred, that was my initial start, because I would observe how he was able to just release so quickly. And even this little thing that happened a couple of weeks ago, we had a great email exchange over the, when was it? Saturday morning. Yeah, I think Friday morning maybe. We had a great email exchange. So it's like, it's gone, it's out of the space. So that's great. In fact, we might do a podcast on that book that I didn't narrate. But why not? I mean, we've had 10 years together. So part of that was just dropping it. Like, I wasn't holding anything. I think he was holding it a little bit more than I was, but don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. It's my observation. But no, I mean, just stay in the space. So let's say that you're resisting something really bad. I'll tell you what I did in Dallas. And some of you have heard this in the story, because I wanted out of Dallas so bad when I was living there. And I just had not come to peace with it. And I was pushing against it. The heat, the traffic, the concrete, the every da. And this was back in 2014, 15. So almost 10 years ago. This was before Colorado. And what I literally did was to sit down one day and say, okay, Dallas, Texas is going to be my home. And I'm going to pick the best part of town that can work for me. And I'm going to move there if I need to relocate. I'm going to find a setup that is as best I can have. I had my road bike at that time, so I was riding bicycle. The one thing that I kept hearing from people about Dallas is the amazing connections you can get to anywhere in the world, one stop from that airport. And I thought, people in Dallas love to travel, and that's what they do. They hub there so that they can go anywhere. And I thought, well, okay, then that's what I'm going to do. The traffic, I'm going to figure out ways around it. I'm going to listen to books. I'm going to put things on. I'm going to use it as a time to pray. I'm going to meditate, whatever. When I hit a traffic jam, I'm just not going to let it get to me. And I accepted it. And within, I'm going to say broadly, 6 months, I was skiing down the Elk Mountains in Aspen, Colorado. So it was that release, that acceptance, and I really meant it, was what released the hold on Dallas. So part of it is just doing, and then so once you've done that, it's like the gym. I mean, once you can bench press the big weight that you haven't been able to break through, then you're able to do it again. So you repeat it and it gets easier the next time. So the thing that I would do to say to start, like you're asking, what techniques? Start with something small. Find some little irritation and categorize it as resistance, or find some longing that's in your heart, but it's an easy one. and just work on and say, okay, and play the scale. All right. And the other thing you can do is, this is where Fred's exercises in his seminars are so powerful, because you practice this. But here's one that you could do. All right. You're going to act. Now you are Hollywood's new hit female starring actress, not supporting actress. You are the lead actress. And I mean, you get all the best scripts. You're the best in town. You're going to play. You are the best actress in Hollywood. Show me what level 10 resistance looks like, and play the role. And just resist on a level 10 and act like you're on a movie screen. Cut. And then what's level 9 resistance? Or you might not want to go one level. You might want to go 3 or 4 level. Okay, what's level 6 resistance? If you just did 10, Madam Best Actress in the World, what is level 6 resistance? The director says, show me 6. Boom, go. And play it out. Play it out. Act it out. This stupid traffic. 10 is like, 6 is like, this stupid traffic. God, it's always in my way. Okay, I need a new audiobook. You know what? I'm going to pull over because I don't want to have an accident in this crap, and I'm going to get an audiobook, and I'm going to put the audiobook on, and I want one on humor. So I want something funny, da 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 da. And you pull over and you get an audiobook, and then back you go. That's level 6. Okay, director says, cut. Nope, that's not getting it. Level 3, give us level 3. And you go, this traffic sucks. Every day. But I'm ready to go. You know what? I need to meditate. So I'm going to be all right. I'm going to, I'm going to think about this new sailboat that I want. In fact, I'm going to see how many sailboats I see while I'm on my way. See, that kind of thing. And then you go, director says, cut. No. I want a level 1. Show me level 1 resistance. You get out in your car and you go, never ends, does it? Oh. Hey, buddy, come on in. Come on in. Here, yeah, I know. Come on, go. Here, get in. Come on. You're good. You're welcome. Have a nice day. At least we're not moving very fast. I can handle this. It's easier. It's chill. You can do like that. And so now when you go back to you're in it, you can just think of that little exercise and you go, I've practiced this. I know what to do, and then that's one really great way to do it. I know the best books in the world and best everything is right there. You got a lot to listen to, giving you a lot of stuff, haven't we, over the years? But oh, that's great. Good. Okay. Good. See, Diana, we're getting there, aren't we? We're getting there. Yeah. Act it out. Fake it till you make it. That kind of thing. Exactly. Hey, Kathy, good to see you. Dallas isn't too bad. Do you live there? Dallas isn't. My grandkids are there. Kids and grandkids are there. I was just ready for something else, and I was pushing. See, this is what we do, though. You're right. Dallas isn't that bad. I was done with it, and I was pushing to get out, and I couldn't get out because I was pushing. Whenever you push, you just throw a door down. Good. Yeah, this has been great. We'll do a shorter meditation tonight because really the juice of tonight was to go, guys, we're going what if up. And it is very effective. Yeah. When you're out here, you're in the way. That's exactly it. When you are out here, you are in the way. You're blocking the universe. Good. Glad you guys like that. Yeah, Dallas is fine. Dallas is great. I am grateful for a vehicle that gets me through traffic so I don't need to wait at a bus stop, and I am driving to a job so fortunate to have. See, there you go. It's just a matter of framing. It is just a matter of framing. And I didn't know that back then. I finally was learning it from the books at that point. But see, we had done a few of the books up through that period, maybe half a dozen or something. And then when I got to Colorado and I set my little audio system up in Mary's sewing room because she had all these swatches of clothes around, the bulk of Fred's books were narrated off of an ironing board in Mary Moran's sewing room in Aspen, Colorado. They were. I ran the poor lady out of her sewing room. She was so nice to let me do that. She squeezed over, and I narrated most of Fred's books from there. And that was where I really learned it. And that was when the big turn and the change and everything happened. So I didn't have this timeline back then. I didn't have somebody reminding me of it when we stopped to think about how are we going to create this space for the universe to work in our lives? And how do we get out of the way? And that's why, if you watch Fred, you watch some of his videos, a lot of people say he's boring or he's just dry or, this kind of thing. What he is he's trained himself to be in here like most of the time. And that's a worthy thing to note, to say that, okay, I don't have to come across as like, I don't come across that way. I don't communicate that way, but I really have inside, like there are a lot of pauses. There are a lot of pauses in my day. I'll take time to stop. I'll go and I'll focus, and then I'll stop and I'll break and I'll rest. Screens down, projects off, reassess in the middle of the day. Am I pushing here? If I'm pushing, I'll try to, can I pull it back? Do I have the time? Am I under deadline pressure? How can I manage that? Just always evaluating where we are. To me, that's conscious living. In other words, am I in alignment with who and what I want to be? Or is the culture pushing me right now and I've lost control? Level 10. Out here. So, so that's what I do. Yeah. See, if you're pushing to move, if you're pushing to get out of a relationship or to get into a relationship or to get more money or pushing whatever it is, I used that as an example because it was just something that had a stark contrast that once I accepted where I was and why. Dallas was good to me business-wise. I was probably doing a radio show back then again, which I enjoyed doing. So I just finally decided, if I can't get out, I'm just going to stay here. And this will be it. This will be fine. And boom. Traffic has forced me to accidentally enlighten myself when I listen to exactly what we're listening to here. Awesome. Good for you. Great. Okay. So, Diana, so that's resistance. That's exactly identifying exactly what's going on. All right. Perfect. Pushing to get out of my job. I hate this job. I hate these people. I hate my boss, and like say, I quit using the word hate, but I hate this job. Man, I got to get out of here. If I don't get out of here, I am not going to be able to, this job is killing me. I was in that job back in I was in a job I hated when I got the heart issue on my birthday, doing Kundalini yoga in front of the television to a YouTube video. Breath of Fire gave me, well, it didn't give me, but it triggered the problem. So be careful. Be careful. Pushing to get out, letting the job get to you. And I know you will set an alarm, for goodness sakes, tomorrow morning to wake you out of blissful sleep to go to that place. So you're going to need to walk it back. What does a level 2 resistance? You know what 10 looks like. You don't have to practice that. Practice 2. You know what? Maybe the universe has me here for a reason, and I don't know what it is. And because I've been pushing, I'm in the way. So I'm going to get out of the way. Universe, you put me here. You certainly could open 1,000 different doors and could have already. But I'm here, and this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to accept the assignment, and I'm going to make the best of it. And as long as I'm not morally or ethically doing something that I can't live with, if that's the case, you need to just quit and, take the chips. But or ask intuition. That's not right. That was no. If you are doing something that you are ethically and morally not in sync with, then search for positive solutions. And that would be, number one, getting down on your knees and just asking for divine help, that I want to be in alignment with my conscience and my soul, and I'm not. So help me here. What else can I do? Ask other questions. But to say, I'm here, if you have to have that income, I'm here. I will accept being here. And whenever I'm moved, the other alternatives will open up. And I trust that. And I create what I want. Then you go back to those affirmations and you start focusing on exactly what it is you do want rather than what you don't want. Because when you focus on what you don't want, you're so consumed with it that it eats up all the energy that you could be investing in what you do want. But then don't want it too badly. Boom. Okay. Now, one of the other, I didn't put this on there, but one of the other techniques is, and this is what Catherine Ponder did not have, but one of the other techniques is that when you create the desire or you start creating the manifesting, you create the new job, you create what a perfect work environment, perfect amount of money. That's Catherine Ponder. She has those affirmations. How does it go? She says it's basically, I have the perfect pay for the perfect way for the perfect. There's a rhyme. I'll see if I can find it. If I can, I'll put it in the Facebook group. But you have the perfect job, the perfect pay, the perfect boss, the perfect task, the perfect product, the perfect everything, the perfect office, the perfect drive, and you hold to that. And you reject anything else. And this thing that you just have to go do is where you are now. Remember, today is the sum of the last 18, 24 months of vibrations. So you got to change that vibration. And if the vibration is the resistance, you're not going to get out of that situation that you want to change. It's like a lock, puts a lock on it, bolts it down to the floor. But the other thing that Catherine Ponder didn't have back then was to release. So you create, you formulate, you get your idea, you think about it, you visualize it, you embrace it. This is Fred's pure technique in Parallel Universes of Self. You see yourself in that new job. You see yourself sitting at that desk or in that cubicle or out in the field or doing whatever it is that you're doing. And you envision that. And then the last part of the pure technique is then you go back about your life. That coach, you've heard me talk about her in the podcasts, Nancy, back in 2012, 13, back in there. That was one of her favorite techniques. Create it, but then let it go. And that's like Fred in his line, 2 and 2. Yeah, it'd be nice if this new job came about. And I mean, you really say it like that. Yeah, but I'm here. Or you just forget about it because then you're out of the way again. Oh, let me read you guys something. This was so good, and this will be such a benefit to you, I think. This was a post. So when I met Fred for the first time, was in Hawaii in 2017, and the guy that was hosting we met, it was in a home in Maui up on the hill. And the guy that was the purveyor of the house, he didn't own it, but he was taking care of it, was a friend of Fred's. And that was how the house was open to us. And his name was Jake. And he told a story of basically Jake had a really dynamic early career. He was on network late night television in his mid-20s. And then he didn't process it right. He was too much too soon, and he crashed. And there was this email or this post that he had put on social media. This is a long time ago. And this Buddhist monk friend of his, Dorku, saw the post, and he wrote him and he said, "My dear Jake, I count 22 uses of the words I and my about your recent parting with NBC. This is so good. Remember, our self-cherished ego is the root of all human suffering. And finally, please don't ever forget, our lives are fulfilled in the direct proportion to the care and concern we have for others. Love, Dorku." And Jake says, "I got a call from the monastery a day later. Dorku had just died. This was his parting contribution and something I continue to abide by as I explore the world around me." And there's a picture of Jake and Dorku, if you can see it there. Precious little man. Remember, our self-cherished ego is the root of all of our human suffering. Thank you, guys. This has been really great. I know I'm on the edge of tears myself right now. Glad you're here. Thanks. We're kind of in a moment at the moment. Here's a Catherine Ponder from Amelia. Thank you, Amelia. I am now shown new ways of living and new methods of work. I am not confined to the ways and methods of the past. I experience my perfect work in the perfect way, which now renders me perfect satisfaction and perfect pay. I think that's it. Thank you. I love that. Oh, I love that. Love that. Love that. So, let's do this real quick. We're going to have just a closing let's draw ourselves in. We won't do a big, long meditation tonight. I just wanted tonight to light up the positive. So let's just go inside. Let's do a soft Om together. If you're in a place where you can, if not, I'll make some noise. And just scan your chakras from the top of your head down or the bottom up, if however you want to go, from the root to the top or the top to the root. Just scan your chakra line. Breathe out, breathe through it. You know what? Do this. Just give yourself, put your arms around your neck, or you can do it this way, but just give yourself a big hug right now. Just and pat your shoulder, pat your neck, and say, I love you to yourself. I love you. We're going to be all right. We're going to make it. And realize that often our ego, our self-cherished ego, is indeed the root of all of our suffering. Catherine Ponder in 1958 brought together a group of mostly business people, and together they stood against the recession. They chose not to participate. They chose to change their thoughts, change their vibration, remove what didn't serve. This morning, I rattled through the list of things that she mentioned happened during that time, but it was the likes of 2 of the people became millionaires. And back then, that would be like saying 2 of the people obtained $25 million during the 12-class session. Several were given new jobs. Some quit their jobs because they found better jobs. They focused on abundance, and they chose not to participate. A stockbroker was given $200,000. Multiply that times 10, $2 million. If a broker today was given $2 million, that investing that would make him a lot of money. And that's what she said. This broker back then made 4 times what he had made in the months before. People were collecting debts from people who owed them money. So that's what we're going to do. All this stuff around us, we could succumb to it. Why would we? We're going to stand tall so that we can send our love from a pure place to those who need it. So just make your choice right now. Make your choice. You have the ability to choose. Some of you have heard me say the chocolate or vanilla story. Chocolate or vanilla, choose. You have the ability to choose. Which do you choose? You don't have to say why. I choose because I choose. I'm choosing not to participate. And I'm choosing to invite miracles into my life, beginning now. And this is how I'm going to approach the next week. I'm going to approach the next week open to divine guidance open to divine prosperity. I'm going to open to that which is abundantly mine. I'm going to think positive thoughts. I'm going to vibe positive vibrations. I'm going to get out of the way. I'm not going to resist. I'm not going to desire too much. I'm going to stand back. I'm going to let the universe work. And I'm going to gratefully and gladly receive all that I am vibrating and creating. I'm going to think of a couple of voids, vacuums that I can create in my life by removing something that doesn't serve me and inviting the universe to fill that with what does. And that is going to be my week ahead. I'm going to listen to positive affirmations. I'm going to fill my mind with positive thoughts and positive things. I'm going to tune my energy to achieve and to invite and to receive that which I want. And now let's just, for everybody who is there, and that's your mantra for this week, touch your phone, touch your computer, touch however you're listening to this, make a connection with the others. So if you're not there, if that's not your vibe, don't touch your screen, please. Just hold off on that for a second. But I want everybody who is in on this to touch your computer screen or your phone or your tablet, some part of it. We're all connected there. And we all support each other in this endeavor. May we all have the strength, the wisdom, the knowledge, the support, the determination, the focus, the resilience to stay the course for 5 days. Then we can rest, and then we'll be back together next week. We'll see how we did. But together now, we support each other in living our highest timeline. And so it is. May highest source go with us. May we be protected. Angels around us, secure and sheltered from the storm. We are not participating, and we support each other in our journeys together. We're a club, we're a group. High five. And so it is. And so it is. The A team. Brenda, I saw you popped in there. Good to have you with us. Glad you're here. Yeah, write those Catherine Ponder quotes. I've got something up my sleeve. We're going to take this to another level very soon. I'm working on it. I'm waking on it. Yeah. Oh, I love that. I'm choosing for the universe to provide all my needs this week. Yes, yes, yes. So be it. Hey, buddy. How are you, Jack? Glad you're here. Love those pictures from the weekend. Open the door to all the abundance and new opportunities. Woohoo! Oh, boy. This was so powerful. Good. That's why we come here. That's why we come here, is we create this energy together. Awesome. 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 Brenda says, hello, Jack. Oh, it is a wonderful, wonderful group of people. And I'll tell you what, I love doing this and being with you guys. I do get a week off. Kristen and Alyssa will be doing this next week, and I'll be able to take a little bit of a rest and a break, and then we'll be back the week after that. So don't worry about that. We will. Good. How'd we do? I told you we were going to get you there. You got a game plan? Are you on it? Feel good? I know it's not going to be necessarily easy, but just work on what we did here, and then we'll talk about more. But just think only positive, high vibe thoughts in the midst of the storm. Step out, go outside, get up from your desk and go take a break whenever you can, whenever you need it. So it's all about the love. I am loving awareness. I'm going to put me on some Ram Dass when we get through. All right. Well, I love you guys. We're done here. I mean, we can sit and chat. I know sometimes folks like to just kind of wind it down. I don't mind. I don't have anywhere to go. So, best week ever. Yeah. Listen, Kristen will be with you next weekend, so that'll be awesome. There's nothing like an Alyssa meditation. I just got to tell you, there's nothing in the world like an Alyssa meditation. So, all right, good. You got a plan. All right, perfect. Good deal. And I know a lot of us have a plan for this week. Good deal. Good, Jack. Thank you, Nancy. Love back to you. Thank you for the message this morning. Awesome. Woohoo. Yay. You see, you just feel it's going to be a good week. Yeah, stuff's going to happen, and it's going to be a good week because we're not going to participate. So it's awesome. That almost, if I were guessing, is Arnaldo, and I can't believe you're still up, but I love you if you are. Oh, boy. We're all going to have an up week. That's for sure. That's great. Anybody else have anything that you kind of like, Diana had specific comments about a specific thing. Anybody have anything that you'd like just to, talk about specifically for you? I'm game. I mean, we can hang for a few minutes more here, and everybody can drop off. But if anybody has anything else that you wanted, like specific, crank it in there real quick, and we can talk through it. See what you have. Happy to have been doing it all afternoon, so we might as well do a little bit more. It's been fun. Today was amazing. I mean, this wonderful soul is just having a learning the spiritual path for the first time. Learning how to follow intuition for the first time ever. 40-something years old. And I just love that. I'll tell you, I just absolutely love it. Hey, Melissa. Good. Fun. Awesome. Had a good week. But boy, and the breakthroughs, when somebody pops, it's like that expression pop. When somebody pops, it's just such a wonderful, fun, amazing thing. It's all new and it's great and it's fresh and there's so much to learn. And you realize that somebody is really, truly starting to choose a different way of living their life from cold unconsciousness to alive consciousness, and the countenance and the radiance and the excitement, the enthusiasm of living this intentional life and realizing that I can align myself with my own path and I can bring in highest self and get that help and support. And that's how we execute the days of our lives. It's just such a magical thing. And you think, why would anybody not live that way? You know, it's so it really is. All right, good deal. Good deal, good deal. So that's the game. All right. Anybody else tired? Well, let's get some sleep, and let's take these thoughts with us as we rest. Let's do just a little close here, and we can wind down with this. See in your mind your highest timeline. What is that for you? Picture a scene of you at your highest timeline. One scene. See yourself doing that scene. All right, different area of life. If you thought job, think relationship. Or if you thought relationship, think job. Think a different area of life. In that area, picture a scene of you doing your highest timeline. What would that be? Just picture a little scene of what that would be. All right, one more area. This will be our last. One more area of your life. Highest timeline. What does it look like? What are you doing? What do you look like? What are you saying? Now, go back to the first one. See yourself doing that one. Go to the second one. See yourself doing that. And go to the third. And as you go to sleep tonight, you'll rotate those three images in your mind, one after another. And I wish you love and peace. Good night. Thanks for being here.